First of all, I just want to say how honored and grateful I am to be here today. Thank you for inviting me to be with you, and also thank you for the chance to build relationships and the chance to see how all of our work can be weaved together. And of course, in a great moment of great grace, just before I came up here, I managed to spill water all over myself, so there goes any attempt at being respectful. I'm going to begin by just introducing a bit about myself. So I am the lead organizer for something called the Metro Alliance for the Common Good. The Metro Alliance for the Common Good, or as it's often referred to as MACG, is an attempt to bring together the communities of Calgary across our diversity so that we can build relationships with one another, so that we can gather together and develop leaders, so that we can actually, in an enduring way, develop actually our shared power to take on the issues that impact our community. And back in October, so MACG consists of about 17 different member organizations. Many of leaders from whom are here, people from the United Church from Knox and from the Global Center for Global Communities, St. David's, the Catholic Church, but also the Teamsters are involved, and the Carpenters, and BCC, and a bunch of others. And back in October, this sort of gathering of communities voted together to say we need to focus on how we're going to move forward in reconciliation in our community. And then we became connected with this, both because we were in partnerships with BCC and also because of the Enough for All strategy and its Catalyst Fund. And so we were very honored to be a part of this work together, of how we gathered together the community to actually move forward in reconciliation. For me, actually, though, my personal journey began a lot earlier, when I was about this big. I had a friend who lived across the street named Jamie. And Jamie and I, if you want to get the picture of it, you can picture this sort of blonde little kid and this indigenous kid riding around in our big wheels, playing with mechanos and getting into all the trouble that 5-year-olds are good at getting into. But when Jamie moved away to Victoria and I moved to Camrose, and we stayed in touch, but our lives took very, very different directions. Jamie now lives sort of between the streets and also the criminal justice system in Victoria, where I'm standing here talking with you. And the different paths that our lives were taking, it bugged me. But at the time, I didn't know what to do about it. So I kind of ignored it. Then after high school, I had the opportunity as part of an exchange program to live on the Thunderchild Reserve in Saskatchewan. And the people there were very gracious and kind in welcoming this somewhat arrogant and somewhat ignorant 18-year-old guy from rural Alberta. And they were very beautiful and strong people, but they also shared with me many, many stories of great brokenness and trials. And what it helped me realize was how sort of our history of colonization is in many ways the original sin of our country. It's a thing that impacts all of our humanity and how we live together. At the time I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I could be helpful and not destructive. How do I not just repeat all the patterns that had happened? I didn't know what my place was. Because as you can guess, I'm about as white as you can get. So I waited. And then the Truth and Reconciliation process happened. I was in Winnipeg. I was at a gathering of world religious leaders that happened around the same time as the hearings happened and gatherings happened there, and I was able to listen and witness at some of them. And it was at the religious leaders gathering, one of the elders came and talked with me about how the past 500 years has been one period of history. And we are now entering a time in which we're entering into a new period in our history together. And that we need to find a way of walking into this new period of history in a way that is good, in a way that builds a right relationship between us. And other people since then have said to me how with the Truth and Reconciliation process, a door has been opened. It's a door that won't be open for a long time, but it's a door that we need to walk through now, in a way that is good, but also in a way that is powerful, so that it actually changes our history. So then I came back, and then the the Metro Alliance for the Common Good voted on us focusing on reconciliation. And the one thing that I've learned through both my time of, in some ways, ignoring all these challenges and then not knowing what to do, is what I've learned is that there's not one of us who has the answer of how we move forward together. I know is there one of us who actually has the capacity of us living into this new future. So what I've learned along the way is simply the way we move forward is we need to begin to share our wisdom. So I am now part of this community organizing tradition, and so I come here with the wisdom that the leaders from that tradition have taught me. People who have fought for social change for over half a century now all around the world. And what they've taught me, first of all, is that we need to begin with relationships. The reality is communities don't change without new relationships, without us building trust and understanding, without us speaking our truth to each other, and also learning to trust and be connected with each other, because if we're going to work for something different, it's going to be a lot of us, there's going to be a deep struggle. We're going to make lots of mistakes. We're going to make each other angry many times, and we have to have enough relationships that we can laugh with each other and keep going forward. What they've also taught me is that if you want to bring about social change, you need to gather leaders. You need to find, gather, and develop leaders. And I should say, when I look around this room, I know many of you here, and I've heard about many of you as well too, and there is an impressive group of leaders in this room. And there's a lot of amazing initiatives already going on in our city. So I'd invite us to use today, first of all, to use as an opportunity to build relationships. We have this wonderful schedule where there's lots of time for us to sit and to talk and to get to know each other. So I'd invite us all to get to know those people that you don't know. Get to know the people who look interesting to you. And to be able to share with each other, what are you doing? What do you care about? And the third thing I would like to invite us to do is to begin to discover how we can weave together our work together. Because that's the other thing that these leaders have taught me, is that to bring about real change requires power. Not the power over someone else, but the power with each other. Because power is the ability for us to create the communities that we want. To overcome the structures that have created the society as it is, and to live into the society as it should be. And how do we create that power? It's by weaving all of us and our communities together. So I will invite us all together to use today as a chance to weave together the work that we are doing, so that it can be something strong, and so it can be something powerful. You know, that this is a part of the work that the Metro Alliance for the Common Good is a part of, so if you're interested in that, come and chat with me, or actually we have a bunch of leaders. If you're connected with them, actually put up your hand. You can chat with any of those people. They're actually probably more interesting than I am. Actually they are, I know them. Chat with them. But also chat with each other, because you also have your own initiatives that you're interested in and that are worthwhile connecting with. And may today be the beginning of a new time in our history, where coming out of today, the people that my children are friends with, and how that story unfolds, may be a sign of us actually truly entering into a different age for us as a society together.